Hey you guys, it's Taylor. This is EV Electric. Welcome to the vlog. We're at Motive Auto Styling in Rancho Santa Margarita. The standard range project is going on inside here and we're gonna take a look at it. The car is about halfway done. I'm super happy with the result. I think you guys are gonna absolutely love it too. Let's head inside and check it out. So check this out. So half of the car is kind of waiting to be done, and then I'll show you the other half. This is like a lot of the stuff we're gonna film here. And then check this out. And these, we're gonna black out these wheels, so these are just shop wheels, but look at this, beautiful. Definitely my style. And we went brighter on the tint this time because we didn't wanna have to deal with the police, so this one's gonna be a little bit more of a realistic car, but the goal is to have our beloved blacked out Model 3 that we love so much, and then the crazy wrapped one. By the way, they did the wrapped car too, and they killed it. So what I'm gonna do now is I'm gonna show you guys some kind of cool cinematics of just the installation of tint, and then this is gonna be a learning process for you guys so you can see what goes on here, and you're gonna know what the deal is when you want to get a chrome delete or tint, and you can kind of know the process so you know what's going on. So just quickly explaining, everything is basically blacked out that's not black. I mean, that kind of sums it up. The tint is 20% on the sides and 50% on the windshield. I would totally recommend windshield if you're gonna get tint at all. You must do the windshield. It's like my favorite thing. And then everything else you can imagine is glossy black. So the headlight tint is gonna be a dark glossy tint, glossy black wheels, glossy black chrome delete, and yeah, it's gonna sum up the whole look. One thing I love to do is I like taking these reflectors and turning them glossy black like that, or even throwing a tint on them. It really just hides all the different colors, so it's just all blacked out. These are the secrets here. The secret is you just take everything and you make it glossy black. Very, very deep secret right there. The secrets of EV Electric. Daniel removed the T, and there's just a little bit of grime and stuff there, so he's gonna quickly polish that off. So what this does is this just kind of helps get any like residue from the tea there so it looks like it wasn't even there at all. Gone forever with no evidence. Check this out. So Daniel right now is going to shave the window, and this is how you get that perfect edge. And all you do is you take a, what is this thing? A file. And you there's like these little parts that show, and all you do is file it off. And this is what the finished product looks like over here. So you saw all these edges were showing, and now I'm gonna do this for focus, and now it's no longer showing. Perfect, even all around. That's what we love. Those small details where you have even tint and everything really makes the car a lot better and more exciting for you. See, look at all this that needs to be filed. What this also does is, if you were to cut this by a knife or something, it just risks the tint coming up more and it just wouldn't last as long. So doing it right the first time, super important. Have it last forever. Filing is the way to go. As for the chrome delete goes, you're gonna want like a seamless chrome delete, and one of the best things about a seamless chrome delete is this. So when you open the door, check it out, there's no chrome. And when I feel under here, it's seamless, like I don't feel anything. And that's really cool because when you open the door and you have an all black handle, you won't feel vinyl, and it's not just over the top. So when you open the door, there's a bunch of chrome showing. So that is crazy good. And I know people will love that when they open the door of the car. And it just looks nice and feels nice is the most thing. You don't want to feel like a bunch of material. Just looks better too, because if the light were to ever hit the side or at a weird angle, you don't see any chrome at all. Another huge thing I want to talk about is the mirrors, and this is a really important part because the mirrors I think are the most like messed up thing in chrome deletes. I see so many chrome deletes that are like, the mirrors are just terrible. Like there's chrome showing when the mirror folds and all that, and once the mirror folds you see all this chrome because the shop didn't know how to do it. Here they literally rip the mirror open and they cover the whole thing with vinyl, so there's not any chrome showing on this at all. Even if the mirror were to fold, or even if it were to be taken off, there still would be no chrome even underneath. And I think that's another super important thing, and it's a good question to ask because I see some people say, Taylor, why is my chrome delete like this when I paid for a good chrome delete? I didn't expect this. And then the mirror folds and there's a bunch of chrome. Not only that, but the felt underneath this can rip up the vinyl. So if you don't have a seamless chrome delete and the mirror turns, it tends to grab the chrome and start to rip it up over time, and you'll see a bunch of peeling vinyl. The main thing is you don't want to come back. Yeah, so when your car is done perfect and you do it right the first time and the mirrors can fold properly, the door handles are good, no junk is underneath from hands or nails ripping it up or whatever, because it's all seamless, it really makes it look beautiful and stay beautiful. Behind me, Eric is doing the hardest window, and that is the huge back window. And I'm just gonna quickly explain that this is a huge piece of glass, and this is a lot of tint to manage. So it's very hard and it takes a lot of experience. But think about you perfectly having to do this big of tint. So what he's gonna do right now is he's gonna cut a pretty general outline, and then he's going to shrink it. And when you shrink it, it basically just kind of shrinks and tightens the tint to take the shape of the window, right?
Yeah, he's basically getting the contour of the window.
And then after that, he's going to do a final cut that's going to be the exact tint. And then after a couple more steps, that's when he's ready to open it up and then put it in there. I don't know. It takes a lot of experience to be able to sit in here on your own and tint a piece of glass this big. I want to stress this to you guys, that it's very important to not get this like half tint I see, and I'm going to explain that in here. There's this half shade right here stops, and a lot of people want to just get this back thing tinted where there's no pigment in the glass. But I really would recommend to you guys to get the whole piece of glass tinted. It's totally worth it, I'm telling you. It's a lot harder and it takes a lot more experience, but you don't have any line of window tint or anything. So remember, he's peeling off that clear backing tape. This is probably the most riskiest part of, I guess, the entire car, because this is the biggest piece exposed and takes the most skill to work with. So this is the sticky side that you would see here. So what this does is it takes this sticky side and flips it onto the inside of the glass. And basically with this car, it has to be absolutely perfect, because if you even have any air or anything with the heat strips on the glass of the 3, which is on the inside, your tint will get all messed up and it will burn it up. So you really have to have someone who knows what they're doing with this piece of glass in particular, also with the front windshield. This is such a big piece of material to work with. This is the technique to get it on the inside safely. So rolling it up is the best way for a person doing this solo. And now final alignments. And obviously you can see why it needs to be squeegeed out. And I'm going to mention this again. every little air bubble or something that gets caught in these is a potential risk. So that's why Eric has years of experience, is because this is such a crazy job to even do on this car in general. So I want to touch on the powder coated wheels because I think this is really unique and a great idea. So they have a ton of sets of wheels over there, and that's because they take your stock wheels that came on your car and they get powder coated, but while they're off the car, they switch them out with the other Model 3 wheels. That's why you see the bronze ones over here. And this is so your car still has mobility. And overall, I love this idea because it's actually safer for your car. Instead of it sitting on jacks and people having to work around your car and it being in the way, it gives you, or the shop, the opportunity to get that car out of here and out of the way, overall making your car safer and better in the shop. The wheel is off. Time for our glossy black to go on. Look how new that little bearing thing looks. Not for long. Boom. Well, you guys, that is gonna finish today's video. God, they look so good. It's a long day for me. I hope you guys found this a great learning and entertainment experience, I guess. From going to stock to that is pretty cool. And you guys now know what goes on and like what it takes when you pay these shops to do this. Oh, there's a plane flying over. So that's the whole point. I wanted you guys to see the process that goes along with it, so you know what you're paying for and you know what to ask for too. And you know the process a little bit and you get the general idea, so you know what these guys are doing and how they're getting in your car and moving around and turning it into these two crazy things. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you in the next video.